Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to apply false lashes, and I'm just doing this really quickly at the beginning of the video just in case anyone wants to skip the actual information portion. So let's get started. I always line my upper tight line with some black eyeliner. This makes your lashes look thicker and it kind of helps when you're blending your fake eyelashes with your real lashes. Then of course you are going to want to curl your lashes and add mascara. And then grabbing whichever lashes you prefer, I'm going to be using the Red Cherry DELs. And I just take these flat tweezers and gently peel off the lash from the little package. And you're always going to want to measure the lash to your eye just to make sure that it's going to fit and lay where you want. I have really large eyes, so most of the time I don't have to trim my lashes. If you do need to trim them, make sure you trim them from the outside. Now I'm just taking this Duo Lash Glue, which is clear, so it goes on white but it will dry clear. So you just put a really thin layer of glue on the lash band. Once you have enough glue on the lash band, you're just going to want to let it dry a little bit so that the glue gets tacky. After about 20 or 30 seconds of dry time, you're just going to hold a mirror down below your eyes. This way you can look down and kind of close your eye a little bit, and you just place the center of the lash band directly on the center of your eye, and since the glue is tacky it should kind of stick there, and then you just press the outer edge and the inner edge onto your eye. And you're going to want to do this as close to your actual lash line as possible. And then I just go through and kind of pinch the lash band to the base of my lashes, and that way the band is as close as possible to my actual lash line. And then this step is totally optional, but especially if I didn't have an actual eyeliner on the top of my eyes, I usually just lightly pinch my lashes together with a lash curler just to make sure it is all blended and looking natural. And once you do that, your lashes are going to look nice and full and voluptuous. Hey guys, so now that we have applied the lashes, I just wanted to go ahead and talk about some of my favorite products that I use when applying my false lashes. I know not everybody is interested in this part of the video, so that is why I'm putting it at the end in case you want to skip this. You can do that. I mean, whatever. But there is some really good information that I'm going to share right now, so if you're interested. So I always order my lashes from loveeyelashes.com. I'll have it linked down below. By the way, this is not sponsored. It kind of sounded like it was, just the way that I said that right now, but it's really not. This is just where I order my lashes from, but if they want to sponsor me. So yeah, I order from loveeyelashes.com, and I just ordered my favorite eyelashes from them, so I thought I would share really quickly. So my two favorite are the Red Cherry DEL. I love Red Cherry lashes because the band is so tiny, so they're really simple to apply. You've heard me talk about Red Cherry DEL probably in every video that I wear false lashes. They are just my favorite. I think they look the best on me personally, and they're so easy to wear when I'm not wearing eyeliner because the band is so thin. So if you are a beginner with eyelashes, this would be my #1 recommendation. Plus these are, I think, $1.99, but Red Cherry definitely by far is my favorite applying eyelash. And then my other favorite that I always wear if I want a little bit more drama are the Ardell Demi Whispies. I know these aren't even super dramatic, but I'm not a big fan of like eyelashes out to here because they don't look good on me for some reason. So this is about as dramatic as I'll get, maybe a little bit more, but not much. But again, these have a really thin lash band and they're really easy to apply. These are just a lot more dramatic. I get the Ardell ones for the Demi Whispies and I get the Red Cherry for the DEL. Although for both of these, so there is a Demi Whispy in this brand, and then there's also a eyelash that looks just like this. I think they're called Sweeties from Ardell. So if you can't find either one of these, there's kind of like alternatives in both brand. The Ardell lashes I know are a little bit more expensive, but still really affordable, and their quality I think is about equal. Anyway, moving on. My favorite eyelash glue that I use is the Duo Clear Glue. I know Duo has a black glue as well, but since I usually wear my eyelashes without eyeliner, I like to use clear. But if you use it with, I'm saying a lot. If you do use your lashes when you're wearing eyeliner often, you can try the black, but I always just go with clear. That way if I get any like on my lid, it'll just dry clear and no one will see it anyway. There are so many lash glues that I think are perfectly fine. Just you want to be wary of ingredients. There's an eyelash glue that I used recently that made my eyelids so itchy. I'm trying to think of what the brand was. I think Eyelashes. It was an Eyelashes eyelash pack, and it came with some glue, and the glue just made my eyes so itchy. So I'm not saying it would do that for everyone, but just be like conscious of what's in your glue, because some people have sensitivities or allergies to those. So another thing that I just feel is very helpful for me when I'm applying my lashes is tweezers. I prefer the tweezers with the flat edge like these. I have some longer ones, but I cannot for the life of me find them right now, so I had to use my little dinky short ones. Me personally, I don't like to spend a lot on my eyelashes. I rarely spend more than maybe $3 on an eyelash, because I think it's ridiculous to spend any more than that, because I get maybe 4 uses out of 1 pair of red cherry lashes, and I feel like that's pretty good for only $2. So especially if you're a beginner, I would not spend more than $3 on a pair of eyelashes. If your lashes, you want to keep the little packaging. You can always buy a little container, but for me, I just keep the container that it comes in. When I remove my lashes, I just put a little bit of water on the lash band, peel it off gently. You don't want to just rip them off without any water or eye makeup remover, because you may pull out some of your lashes. So for me, I just get the lash band wet using a Q-tip, get it nice and soaking wet, just the lash band, not the actual lashes. Peel it off gently. Wow, I'm like really overly explaining this. Anyway, you just peel it off gently, put it in your little container, and then put the plastic back on top, and it kind of protects them. I don't always follow that rule. If you go in my bathroom right now, I have about 3 pairs of lashes just floating around on my counter. Oh, one more thing. If it's the last thing you do, try to not apply mascara onto the actual fake lash. If you have to, sometimes that happens, especially if you have a really dramatic lash, you might have to add a little bit of mascara just to blend your real lashes with the fake ones. But if you can get away with not doing it, don't do it, because if they get too much like mascara on them, you probably won't be able to reuse them, especially the cheaper ones. So I never put mascara on my lashes. That way I can reuse them again and again. Anyway, that's all I have to say. I'm going to stop rambling. I feel like I over-talked this video way too much. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave them down below or anything like that. I'll have some extra information in the down bar, so be sure to check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!